We got some news on Nike today. Nike shares down sharply, really on China weakness, also some soft guidance. Joining us right now is Kevin McCarthy, his Neuberger Berman, a senior research analyst. The stock off about 10% right now. Kevin, you heard what we heard from Nike about all this. Do you say to yourself, this is a dip worth buying? Do you say that there's more to go? What are your feelings here?
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. I think clearly the market is going to be disappointed by these results today, in particular the lack of financial progress. And I think, frankly, that we need to take their word for it that this will not be a linear progress. That being said, I do think that there were some redeeming qualities in the quarter, some encouraging data points, particularly out of the U.S. that, in my view, doesn't really change the long-term earnings power of this story. So, yes, I'd be a buyer on a day like today.
59.09 is the price tag right now. What do you think the price should be 12 months out?
What I think that this is a alpha generative investment higher over the next couple years, without putting a precise number on it. If you're looking at something in the mid 50 billions in revenue, getting back to the double digit margins, 10% as your starting point. That I think is kind of your financial recovery starting point. And then you kind of start to think maybe what is potentially an option with margins going higher? Could it go 20? Could it go 30% higher? But I think, and then you kind of pick your multiple on top of that for a growth business. So
how happy are you with this management team?
I think there are changes still. Elliott is still trying to find who he trusts, who he relies on. So there are some shifts being made, but I think he does know, I think he knows what he needs to be doing. And again, going back to some of the more kind of the encouraging data points on progress, the U.S. started first, right? So, we've got now clean U.S. inventories, which has been a slog to get through. Order books are improving. Gross margins ex tariffs, they were actually up. And you could argue that Nike's actually doing okay where they can effectuate the most change, which is in their direct stores. So why is all of this important? Yes, it's important because of, full price selling and better margins. But at the end of the day, this is a turf war being done sport by sport, region by region, channel by channel. They started in the U.S. We're seeing the progress points in the U.S. And, over a couple year period, I think that, like I said before, this will be an alpha generative opportunity.
How much of this, though, just has to be about the Nike brand reemerging as hot again? I think one of the big questions is just from a zeitgeist perspective, where Nike lies in all of this.
I think Nike, in when you look at teen surveys, is actually still faring pretty well. They've got a lot of blocking and tackling to do. I think the, re-entering the zeitgeist is going to take time. And so when we think about kind of the cadence of how innovation is going to flow through, it's going to start with performance. The performance is what inspires the lifestyle. The lifestyle is what kind of gets you into the zeitgeist. That's going to take time. They don't need all of that to get into their double-digit margins, but I take your point, and I think it is a battle, and they got to put some wins on the board on the performance side before it kind of matriculates into the lifestyle side of the business.
One final question for you, Kevin. I think a lot of folks are watching what's going to happen with tariffs, whether it's the Supreme Court and what comes out there and how things move. Do you think that re-scrambles the story?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if it depends on the magnitude, but I think that could quickly change. I mean, we're talking about 300 basis points. There's over 300 basis points of impact. So, yeah, that would be a game-changing situation. But there is still a lot of blocking and tackling that they can do to elevate the brand to where they want it to be.